Okay, I this story came to my head today, and I wanted to get it out there, and I didn't know a better way of doing that to people I know than just doing it this way while it was in my head. So, as soon as I got home from work, I said I was going to do this. I have it, when you have memories that are just locked away that weren't significant at the time, you just forget about, and years later they just dawn on you as you're taking a shower or something. That's what this was. I just had the random memory flood back of an old coworker I had that was, they call him a core worker? Coworker I had. And we're going to change, I'm not going to say where I worked, and we're going to change people's names. So these aren't real people names. Well, minus mine. But you're going to hear me say Badger. I know, I sound like I'm speaking stupid. Man, I really should have done a script or something for this. Oh well, fuck it. Do it live. Anyways, so with that said, I had these random memories of this old coworker. Let's call him Barry. Came back to me, and I just had to get it out there. By the way, if you're here for just the footage, I only put that on here because I figured it'd be nice to look at while you hear me ramble on without a script. If you're here for footage only, spoiler alert, I don't think the story's going to be that long. Also, I forgot this was an investigation and that I was supposed to capture this thing. Instead, I brutally slaughtered it. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so Barry, what? Like I said, I'm not going to say the names of the places I worked or any of the real people, but Barry and I worked together for a few years, and ugh. He's your typical. I hate saying this because it's a stereotype, and I don't like stereotypes, but to give you an idea of his personality, he's a basement dweller. But he has his own place. He was married for a while and got his own place and blah 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 blah. But he don't like live with mom or live with mom's corpse somewhere in his house or anything like that. And he's a really good salesman. Our customers have a great rapport with Barry. I hope I don't slip up and say his name. Oh well. Anyways, they have a great time with Barry. He does really well. He sells great. He's top of the numbers, but he's an absolute pig. He's a slime ball. Very very sexist. Very very horny all the time and very very open about it. He was just scummy, dude. He's the kind of guy that I'm picture what a lot of porn producers might be like, if that makes any sense. Just skeeve just oozes out of every orifice of his body. Barry, he Barry thought we were tight, but I didn't like Barry. I didn't like Barry because he was sexist and he was demeaning and he spoke down to people. Not only that, he had this weird irk to him. It was like a chirp. Every time he spoke, well, maybe not every time, maybe like 8 out of 10 times he spoke, you would hear this little chirp in his voice when he spoke. And it was most of the time when he was being condescending. And you'd be like, I don't think you should have drunk the red wine today. I don't think you should have wore that today. I don't know why you're adjusting that price. Stuff like that. And that was also kind of the way he spoke. Besides that weird he had in it. Like a dog being ran over. But anyways, there were times where he was just totally out of line and just got away with it at our company because he was money. He was walking money for this company. Nobody could touch his sales. And he got away with murder. He could say anything he wanted. Like, a good example is we had another coworker who was, younger black girl who was real quiet, but I don't want to use the word preppy because I don't like throwing that out there, but she was a real beauty oriented girl, really cared about herself a lot, like she was trying to go for pageants and stuff. And, she kept to herself, but she play sasses. Like, everybody I've ever had at work at a job before play sasses and jokes around with people. Hell, maybe it's flirting and I'm old and I'm just that bad at it and that's what it is. Hell, I don't know. Fuck it. Chit chat. Well, she does that to him, but it was innocent. There was nothing flirtatious to it at all. I think it was something to the lines of, she said, "You better go on," and giggled. So I guess, Barry, am I calling him Barry? Okay, I guess Barry took that to be her flirting with him. So, and right there on the store, in front of God and everybody, smacked her right on the ass. And the look on her face was like, I knew she wasn't about it. But it looked like she was more scared than anything. And then I kind of like took him up by the shoulder and I was walking my way. I was like, "Hey, come show me this." And as we're walking away, I was like, "Barry, dude, what the fuck was that? You can't do that. What the fuck was that?" But you know what came of that? Nothing. Which means I mean, and it's on her if she didn't want to or not, but she may have never said anything. Nobody in the store might have said anything to a manager. I know Barry probably sure didn't. But I know the general attitude management had for him is they didn't care. He was money. Got away with a lot. He eventually did get fired, but I can't remember what the reason was for. It might have been because he straight up lied about some of our policies with returns and stuff with our customers. I don't know. He was a snake in the grass. But this guy would tell you stories like to try to like chum up to you. Like most people walk up to you and tell you football stories like, "Hey, did you see what them Giants did to them Jets, blah blah blah." This guy walks up to you and thinks you're interested in hearing, "Hey, so I fucked a hooker last night." Barry, I don't. Why are you telling me this? Like I'm telling you, there's just skis all over him. But the reason I was getting to this point is I did not like Barry at all. And a lot of our coworkers agreed. So we wanted to kind of have a way of getting back at Barry without it getting us in trouble. And since he always times trying to make us look stupid, we wanted to make him look stupid. And it was instant enough. Barry has this thing where he doesn't read or listen to the news. So the only time Barry ever got news is when he was with us in the break room and he would hear us discussing the news and politics and stuff. That's how he learned about what was going on in the world. When it dawned on us that we could harness this power and release it for good instead of evil, we realized we could start like coming up with shit but having plausible evidence that it exists. You know how some websites will give you a fake newspaper generator or fake magazine generator, stuff like that, and you can just write shit in there? We would do stuff like that and take pictures with our phone. We started off innocent enough. It was just stuff like I don't know, showing him some Alex Jones stuff like Obama might be a lizard person, and telling him that Alex Jones may or not be a member of the Senate. And then we started making things up like really hardcore. Like there was one pope had to step down because he lost a religious sacramental arm wrestling competition to another challenger, and that challenger is now the new pope. We made a fake article that read off like that, showed it to him. He believed that to be true. So from that point on, we were reading him stuff all the time. We would just come up with like Jurassic Park possibility on the rise. Baby T-Rex learns how to speak. Stuff like that. We were getting weird with it to see what he would call us out on, and he never called us out. And the best part is, this guy had his little customer base of return customers that would come in just to talk to him. So when they came in and talked to him, and he'd be trying to set them up, trying to make sure they got a warranty or not, because that was more money for him and more money for the company if they did, he would try to bond. He'd be like, yeah, so did you hear what the senator said, Senator Alex Jones said about the frogs might be turning people gay? Did you hear that Garth Brooks' leg got cut off by a chainsaw in his backyard when he was doing some landscaping, and now he has a robotic leg? Did you hear that Adele decided she's going to start singing rap music and she's releasing a duet with Flavor Flav? Stuff like that. He was talking about it to other people. The little thing that we did to pick at him that he wouldn't know about blossomed in front of us from this little baby infant, little baby butterfly into this monster. And it got to the point where a customer complained. I got called into the office one day with Barry sitting there, and I had to tell my boss exactly, word for word, why it was I had Barry convinced that Bob Hope ran a human genome facility in his basement. Because a customer complained that our company hired crazy people. Because Barry was telling her this as he was trying to sell her a piece of equipment. That was my first write-up. But fuck, I'd do it again.